Hey everybody, I'm back and today I'm going to show you a super easy and delicious way to make that world famous Avgolemono soup. It's that Greek soup that incorporates chicken stock, the lemon and egg kind of creaminess that goes into it with a little bit of rice, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. So to basically start us off, what we're going to need is some chicken stock. This is my own chicken stock that I make on a regular basis. It's super easy. I'll include the recipe to this and the how-to in a link below in the description, but you can use any kind of stock you want. I don't recommend water. Water will make this kind of flat, but in terms of an overall flavor, you can buy the regular, the chicken stock, you can use beef stock, vegetable stock, whichever you prefer. I'm just gonna pour 1 liter of my homemade chicken stock into my pot and get that going. Very, very easy. This soup takes about as long as it takes for the rice to get to your doneness or whatever you prefer. Some people like their rice al dente, although I don't know why. I prefer, like most Greeks, that it's a little more on the well done side. So you're looking at maybe a 10-12 minute boil and you're good to go. So once we get our chicken stock up and to a rolling boil, all we do is add our rice. So now that our stock has come to a rolling boil, the next thing to add is my rice. I prefer rice, although a lot of people will use orzo in this. You could even use a type of pasta that's short, or not penne, but something that's even smaller than that. You could even use that as well. So give that a really quick stir and lower the heat and just let that go for 10 minutes or so, just enough until the rice gets done. The other thing that's going to happen with this and these, in terms of the stock and the rice, it will actually help tighten up and make the stock a little richer or a little creamier because of the starch in the rice. So now the next part of this recipe is the actual Avgolemono part. And for this, there is a golden rule that always works for me, and I think you guys should try it as well, because it's a no-fail. And that's 3 eggs, yolks and whites, and the juice of 1 lemon. It always works out perfect for me, and in any Avgolemono recipe where you're making a simple chicken Avgolemono kind of soup broth or stock, or you can use this the same with fish, with chicken, whatever it is you're using. This seems to work the best for me, and I encourage you to try it. So I'm going to just break 3 eggs carefully. And again, I always say this every time, but I'm a 2-handed kind of cracker. I don't use the 1-handed fancy stuff because at the end I wind up picking shells out of my eggs. So what I'm going to do for this is just really quickly whisk it up, nice and gentle. And at this point here, like in my video for the chicken stock that I've made, I didn't add any salt to this. So in this case, you may want to add your salt and pepper at this stage. A little salt goes in there. A little fresh cracked black pepper as well. While this is incorporated, the next part of this that I'm going to add to this, without getting my whisk all over the place here, is the juice of 1 lemon. So in this case, I roll it out. It helps release some of the flavors or the juice of the lemon. It's here, just like that. I didn't do this at all. Make sure you catch the pits, because it'll feel like you just broke your teeth if you bite into one of these things. Alright, that's perfect right there. And the other half. And that, my dear friends, is the base for any Avgolemono. 3 eggs and the juice of 1 lemon. And I don't mind throwing the pulp in there as well. Not a big deal, just adds to the flavor. Some of you may want to strain it, or in some recipes it calls for the lemon juice to be strained. Doesn't matter, whatever you prefer. Now, the next part of this, and this is super, super important in terms of getting your consistency right for this, is to temper this egg and lemon mixture. You want this to remain the consistency of a kind of loose sauce or a glaze. You don't want to make scrambled eggs because it's going to look like grossness in the pot, and who wants to eat that? So, as we go, I'm just going to very carefully now take some broth, and this is the tricky part here, trying to get the broth without the, put a little in there and keep it stirring. This is key. Now, I'm not a lefty, so I'm trying to kind of mix this up and temper this using my left hand, and we'll try to make a mess. And this should do it. This should temper this enough that it will actually bring it up to temp without actually boiling, hard boiling, or scrambling the egg. Now, before I add this, the trick to this is turning the heat off. As you add this, you want to just slowly add this and keep stirring. And as you stir this, keep it moving. This is what I want. I want a thick consistency. I want a creamy consistency, but I don't want chunks of the egg. And that's exactly what I don't have, which is I'm very happy about. This recipe is being requested by many, and I'm really happy that I finally got a chance to actually make this for you guys. It was actually requested from Jake, from Bob, from Diane, from Melanie, and a very good friend of mine, Valerie, from a really great group on Facebook, and this is a shameless shout out, known as Foodie Forum. I know, I'm a part of that as well, and it's a great bunch of people that range from the average home cook with little or no experience to right up to executive chefs that have authored cookbooks. And I'm very happy to make this. I'm very happy to show her. So Valerie, this is for you. So now our soup is pretty much done. It's time to plate up. I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite soup. This is like Greek chicken soup. Wow. It is so hearty. My grandmother used to make this for me in Greece, and typically they used to have this on holidays and special occasions. Look how beautiful that looks. And for effect, I'm just going to throw in a sprig of dill in the middle, chef it up a little bit. That's a flavor that I remember growing up as a kid. My mom used to make this. My grandmother used to make this on both sides. This is one of these dishes that you'll find all over Greece. A few different variations, but nonetheless, the basics are the same. So, my dear friends, that was the basics for the Avgolemono soup. A very traditional Greek soup that is enjoyed throughout and all over Greece. Nothing to this. Your basic ingredients are the stock with the broth, 3 eggs, lemon, rice, and orzo. And if you prefer, you could also add the pieces of the chicken or the beef, whatever meat you use to make the broth. You can chunk it up and put it in here. This is more along the lines of a Puritan style. So, thank you very much for watching. That's it for this episode. I hope you liked it. Hit the like button. Please subscribe, share this, and let me know how yours turns out. Until next time, I'm Ken. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.